One of them will make you feel 25 again. The other one will still be there when you're 70. And most men pick the wrong one. They just don't find out for about 3 years. Today, I'm telling you which one you actually need. Hi, I'm Marian. I'm a Filipina. I'm in my late 20s. And I've watched this exact choice play out more times than I can count. Today, I'm giving you the honest comparison. Older Filipina, younger Filipina. No sugar, no coating. If you enjoy watching my videos, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a video in the future. Thanks. Okay, come a little closer. Because before I compare anything, I have to fix your definitions, and you're not going to like the first one. When a foreign man says younger Filipina, he's usually picturing 22 to 28. When he says older, he's thinking 40 and up. Fine. But that's not how we measure it here. And if you use your measurement, you'll walk straight past the woman who was actually right for you. I have friends who are 32 who will say to you with a completely straight face, matanda na ako. I'm old already. She's 32. She's not old. She's tired. So here's the real dividing line. And I want you to write it down somewhere. It's not the birthday. It's whether she has already lived a whole life before she met you. A marriage that fell apart. Children she raised by herself. 8 years working in Dubai or Hong Kong or Riyadh, sending almost every peso home. A family she carried on her back since she was 19. That's the line. That's what makes a woman older. And I have met 29-year-olds who are older than some 50-year-olds. And I've met 46-year-olds who have never once in their life been alone in a room with their own decisions. So when I say older and younger in this video, I'm talking about that life lived, not the number on the passport. And one more thing before we start, there is one thing that is exactly the same in both of them. One thing that has nothing to do with age, nothing to do with money, nothing to do with looks. It's the thing she's actually measuring you on, and almost no foreign man knows it's happening. I'll give it to you at the end. It's the whole video, really. The rest is just detail. Let's go. The first difference is the biggest one, and it's this. The younger one is flattered by you. The older one is choosing you. Now, don't get insulted. Flattered isn't fake. When a 24-year-old here starts talking to a foreign man, something real happens to her. The attention feels new. Her phone lights up at a time of night when nothing used to happen. Her friends know. There's a little status in it, and anyone who tells you otherwise is lying to you. It's genuine feeling. It's just fuel that burns very fast and very bright. The woman of 43 has been chosen before, chosen and unchosen. She's had a man promise her a house and then disappear. So when she picks you, she's already done the math quietly, probably weeks ago. Can I be around this man on a bad day? Does he get angry when things don't go his way? Does he listen? Or is he just waiting for his turn to talk? You want the difference in one picture? Watch a late night video call. It's 11 at night. The young one is showing you her hair, her new nails, the place she went with her friends, the filter she found. Fun, bright, alive. The older one asks you two questions. Did you eat? Did you sleep? That's it. That's the whole difference. One is showing you her life, the other one is checking on yours. Neither is better, but you need to know which one you're getting, because if you go in wanting to be looked after and you pick the one who wants to be looked at, you're going to spend 3 years quietly disappointed and calling it a personality clash. Second difference, what she needs you to be. To the younger one, very often, you're the adventure and the exit. And I want to say this carefully because men hear that word exit and they either panic or they get cynical, and both reactions are wrong. Here's the truth. A 24-year-old in a provincial town in this country is looking at a life that is already mostly decided. The job pays maybe 13 or 15,000 pesos a month if she's lucky. Her mother did the same job, her aunt did the same job, and then a man from another country appears, and suddenly there are two possible futures instead of one. Of course, that's attractive. It would be attractive to you if the situation was reversed. Don't hold it against her. Just understand that you're not only a man to her, you're also a door. And if you can't tell the difference between when she wants you and when she wants the door, you're gonna get hurt. To the older one, you're something much less exciting and much more valuable. Your peace. I know a woman. She's 47 now. She spent 11 years as a caregiver abroad. Wiped other people's parents, missed both of her children's graduations, came home with a body that hurts when it rains, and a savings account that got emptied twice by relatives. When she says she wants a quiet life with a good man, she is not being romantic. She is being extremely specific. Quiet, good, man. Three requirements, all of them earned in blood. The younger one dreams about what could happen. The older one is trying to make sure certain things never happen again. Completely different engine. Third difference, and this is where a lot of you get ambushed, the family. The younger she is, the more likely she's still standing right in the middle of the family machine. And I don't think most of you understand how that machine works, so let me explain it fast. We have this thing called utang na loob, roughly a debt of gratitude. If someone carried you, you carry them back, and there's no expiry date, no invoice, and you never fully pay it off. Her parents fed her. Her older sister quit school so she could stay in. So the younger brother's tuition is partly her problem. The father's heart medicine is partly her problem. It is not a scam, and it's not a story she invented to get money out of you. It's the operating system of this country. But hear me clearly. It's also a real line in your monthly budget, and it will not disappear because you put a ring on her hand. If anything, it grows because now the family has a foreigner in it and the whole barangay knows. Let me be honest with you. If you're a good man, over 50, and you feel invisible back home, the Philippines might just be the best thing that ever happens to you. But only if you do it right. David, 61, from Manchester, England, spent 3 lonely years after his divorce, convinced his best days were behind him. Then he found my Philippines dating playbook. 6 months later, he met Rosa. Warm, genuine, and crazy about him. Last month, they got engaged. David isn't special. He just stopped guessing and finally understood how Filipinas actually think. I'm Marian, and in How to Make Any Filipina Want You, I show you exactly how. The mindset that makes you attractive here, where to meet real women, and how to spot the ones who only want your wallet. Your second chance is waiting. You can find the link in the description and the pinned comment. Check it out, honest with you. The better question is this: what does she need money for? And does she tell me before I have to ask? That's it. That's the whole test. The younger one often needs it for survival. Not hers, the household's. 8 people, one working aircon, a roof that leaks in typhoon season. And here's what nobody warns you about. She'll usually be embarrassed about it. She'll go quiet. She'll say, wala, it's nothing. I'm okay for 3 weeks. And then it comes out all at once in the middle of a fight and you feel ambushed. You weren't ambushed. You just weren't paying attention to a woman who was raised never to be a burden. The older one tells you the number. Straight out. Because she stopped being embarrassed about reality about 10 years ago. That directness scares some men. It shouldn't. A woman who tells you the number is easier to trust than a woman who never mentions money and somehow always has a crisis. Because the pattern is what matters, not the asking. One emergency, that's life. An emergency that arrives around the same day every month, always urgent, always right after you got paid, always with one new dramatic detail. That's not a family, that's a subscription. But turn it around too, because this catches the clever men. An older woman who asks you for absolutely nothing is not automatically the safe choice. Sometimes it means she's proud and independent and wonderful. And sometimes it means she hasn't decided about you yet, and she's keeping her account separate on purpose, the way you'd keep a bag packed by the door. Not asking can be its own kind of distance. Notice it. Fifth, how she fights, or rather, how she doesn't. Let me teach you a word, tampo. There's no good English translation. It's not anger. It's not quite the silent treatment. It's a withdrawal. She goes soft and quiet and slightly far away, and she waits. She's not punishing you. She's testing whether you'll come and get her. Every Filipina you will ever meet knows how to do this, including the sweet ones, especially the sweet ones. Younger tampo is heavy and frequent, seen and not replied. One word answers, okay lang, I'm fine. And you're supposed to notice and come and pull it out of her gently, and to her that is part of the romance. The older one does less of it because she's tired and because she learned it doesn't work on a man who doesn't care. But when an older Filipina goes quiet on you, pay very close attention because it's a different animal entirely. A 24-year-old going silent usually means come and get me. A 44-year-old going silent very often means I've already decided and I'm being polite about the timeline. So the rule, chase the younger one's silence. Ask the older one's silence a direct question out loud that same night. Don't let it sit. Sixth, jealousy. They both have it, different flavors entirely. The younger one is jealous of other women. Your ex, the girl in the photo on your Facebook from 2019, your female coworker, the woman who liked your post. It's loud and it's obvious, and honestly, it's manageable because it's about what she can see. The older one is jealous of time. She's jealous of the 25-year-olds she knows are messaging you. She lies awake wondering if she's your real choice or your comfortable one. If she thinks you settled for her, if she thinks she's the sensible option and not the wanted one, she will start withdrawing from you before you ever do anything wrong, just to get ahead of the pain. So if you're with an older Filipina and you make jokes about young girls in front of her, thinking it's harmless banter, you are cutting a wire inside her and you won't hear the noise when it snaps. Don't do it. Tell her she's beautiful in daylight, not just in the dark. That one sentence in daylight does more than any gift you'll ever send. Real quick, before I get into the rest, if Marian is making sense to you so far, do me one small favor and tap that like button and subscribe if you haven't yet. It really helps me keep making these videos just for you, and it makes sure you never miss the next one. Okay, come closer because this next part is the one most men get completely wrong. Attraction. What actually pulls each one of them in. And I mean actually not what she says on the first video call. The younger one is pulled in by energy. A man who has his life together and still knows how to have fun. Being taken somewhere. Being the reason a man smiles across a table. Confidence, not loudness. There's a difference, and loud men bore her by week 3. The older one, and listen closely, because this is the part that changes lives, is pulled in by reliability. To a woman who's been lied to for 20 years, consistency is not boring. Consistency is romance. It's the most attractive thing on this earth to her. You said you'd call Tuesday. You called Tuesday. That's the seduction. I know how unglamorous that sounds. I'm telling you anyway, because there are men with better bodies and bigger bank accounts than you losing to a man who simply does what he says he's going to do. And here's what men underestimate: an older Filipina who feels wanted again, genuinely wanted, not tolerated, not thanked for her cooking, wanted, is a different woman than the one you met. She warms up like a house with the lights coming on room by room. She's been careful for a very long time. When she stops being careful with you, you'll know it, and you'll understand why I made this video. Next, the future. And this one, you have to be brave about. The young one probably wants a child, even if she tells you she doesn't. At 24, she'll say, "Up to you po, whatever makes you happy." At 31, it will be the only conversation in the house. I'm not saying she's lying to you now. I'm saying she doesn't know yet, and you're the one who's old enough to know how much people change. So don't hide behind her 24-year-old answer. If you're 62 and you don't want to be standing at the school gate at 74, say it out loud at the beginning in plain words, not to be cruel, to be fair. Because the cruelest thing you can do is let a young woman spend her 30s waiting for something you were never going to give her. The older one has usually finished that chapter. She wants a partner, a quiet house, someone to eat dinner with, someone to go to the market with on a Saturday. If that sounds small to you, you've never had a life where it was missing. And one more thing here, um, as general experience, not legal advice, because I'm not a lawyer and you should get a real one. Many older Filipinas you'll meet are separated but not legally free. The law in this country around ending a marriage is slow, expensive, and complicated, and it keeps being argued about. That doesn't make her a liar, and most of the time, she'll explain it to you herself before you ask. But do the boring thing. Ask early, get proper legal advice in her country and in yours, and don't build a future on an assumption you were too polite to check. Now, how each one leaves you, because they both can and they do it differently. The young one leaves loud. Drama, a fight, you're blocked, you're unblocked at 2 in the morning, a long message, a cousin messaging you on her behalf. And quite often, she comes back. It's messy, but it's survivable, and it's usually reversible. The older one leaves quietly, and she doesn't come back. She'll be kind about it, polite right up to the last day. And then one calm message, and she means it, and no amount of flowers is moving her because she didn't decide last night. She decided 4 months ago and spent those 4 months making sure. But it's the same coin, so flip it. The young one struggles to stay through boredom. 2 years of um ordinary Tuesdays, and she starts to feel like she's missing something. And honestly, at 25, sometimes she is. The older one struggles to live through hardship. If your health goes at 68, if the money gets thin, if you become difficult and slow and frightened, she is the one who is standing in a hospital corridor at 4 in the morning, holding a plastic folder with all your documents in it, arguing with a nurse on your behalf. I have seen that with my own eyes more than once. That's not a small thing. That might be the biggest thing in this entire video. Now, the two traps. One for each type of man. Take the one that's yours. Trap number one: the man who picks the young one to fix how he feels about his own age. He's not choosing a woman, he's choosing a mirror. And a mirror is a terrible wife. Because the moment she stops reflecting what he wants to see, the moment she has a bad month or gets an opinion, he feels betrayed by her. That's the marriage that quietly dies in year three. Not because she was bad, because she was never actually the point. Trap number two, and this one's for the men who think they're too smart for trap number one. He picks the older woman because he's decided she's grateful, and grateful means safe, and safe means he can stop trying now. Let me tell you how that goes. A woman who raised three children alone on a salary that shouldn't have been able to do it is not going to be impressed by the bare minimum. Gratitude is not a personality, it's not glue. She'll smell that attitude on you inside 6 weeks, and she'll smile and say nothing, and one day you'll wonder why she feels so far away. Because you stopped courting a woman who already spent 20 years being taken for granted by somebody else. She's not volunteering for round two. So, which one? There's one question that decides it, and I want you to answer it honestly, alone, with nobody watching. Here it is. Do you want to be needed, or do you want to be chosen? If you want to be needed, if you want to be the one who fixes things, who provides, who rescues, who is the biggest thing in the room, then a younger woman will make you feel more alive than you have felt in 20 years. That's real. Just go in with your eyes open, be honest with her about the future, and understand that being needed has an expiry date. People grow up. Then what are you if you want to be chosen? If you want a woman who could survive perfectly well without you and stays anyway, go older. Because that is what an older Filipina is actually offering you, not gratitude. Not a discount, a choice. Made by an adult who's seen the alternatives. And here's a smaller question that gives the same answer faster. Don't picture the wedding, don't picture the beach. Picture an ordinary Tuesday, 9 at night, nothing happening, the fans on, you're both tired. Who do you want in that room? That's your answer. It's always been your answer. Now let me pay off what I promised you at the beginning. The one thing that's identical in both of them, she is watching how you treat people who can do nothing for you. That's it. The waiter who brought the wrong order. The tricycle driver who tried to overcharge you by 20 pesos. The security guard at the mall. Her mother who talks too much. The little cousin who won't stop staring at you. Young, old, 23 or 53, every single Filipina is running the test on you from the first day, and she never tells you she's doing it. She doesn't need to hear you say you're a good man. She's just going to watch you for a week. And that's why some men with very little money end up with wonderful women here, and some men with plenty of it end up alone in a nice condo, wondering what went wrong. Because underneath everything I just said, underneath the tampo and the family and the money and the age, both of them want the same three things in the same order: to feel safe, to feel respected, and to be with the man who doesn't lie to them. Age doesn't change the list, it only changes the packaging. So stop asking which one is better. Ask which one you can be honest with for the next 20 years. Before you go, if you're serious about finding real love in the Philippines, I've put everything I know into one honest guide: how to make any Filipina want you. The mindset, where to meet genuine women, the green flags, the red flags, all of it. It's the playbook I wish every good man had before he came here. Grab your ebook in the description or in the pinned comment, and I'll see you there.